Okay, we're back with another Mythic Wars game. We have the next stage. I don't know what round this is. I think it might be round 2. And it is Husk Soup in the blue as the Thor on Bamboo Grove against Shelty's Aranos. Aranos being first picked. Now, there's a lot of... I don't know how good Aranos is. There's a lot of people that say Aranos is awful. He's like D tier. Never should pick him. And then there are some people that claim he's OP. I don't know if it's like ironically saying he's OP or not. But in theory, in my opinion, as someone that's not one of the best players, Aranos should be good. He has some of access to things that other players don't. So he has Shockwave, which is ridiculous, minor age 1 god power, and it costs 15 to reuse, plus 15 each time. So you can really get 3 of these off before it starts getting a little bit expensive. And it can just sway fights, or it can make your raids just so much better. It's just a ridiculous god power. He also gets more favor. So if you get Chaos, you can use Chaos multiple times. Very strong. And Sky Pastures. And I think this is such a good map for the Aranos, because there's so much hunt everywhere, and it's so far away from your main base. If you could get a Sky Passage here, you get some black bears, you get some deers, you get some berry bushes, you get a gold mine, you even get this. Like, a Sky Passage here is ridiculous. And also, this settlement somewhat helps you defend this. Also, you can get some wall across. Like, this feels like an Aranos map. So that's what we expect from the Aranos. And now we see what Soup's going for. So he's going for that Dwarven Armory start. So we can see he's already getting the Pierce Armor upgrade. So he has gone... I need to swap to his perspective to see that, don't I? So it looks like he has already got mail. He's working on copper shields. And then what he'll probably do is get the copper weapons as well before he advances to the next stage. And then hoping to kill off some animals to then be getting this one for Thor. Let's move over here. And yeah, just basically just getting that villager advantage whenever he can. He's also done the kind of cute thing where you push the deers underneath the town center, so it means that you get a cleaner advance time as the Thor. Is also pre-queued this one, which is kind of interesting. Oh no, he hasn't actually pre-queued it. No, he has put it on there. I was going to say pre-queuing it doesn't make sense, but no, he's got enough resources, so that's what he's going for. We do see that there's already an advance time coming through for Shelty, so he'll be, what is that, the 355 or whatever the standard advance time is for those Atlanteans, and it is 355 going through Prometheus. So Prometheus means that maybe he's going to want to go for those Caraballista, because you can get the Caraballista heroes with the Valor. Maybe that's something that he's kind of looking for, or just Prometheans in general are going to be good against the Norse. You have the normal units to take out the Hearses, and then the Prometheans to basically tank for everything else. It can be very, very strong. If you went the other way, obviously just get the really, really strong infantry units. And we do see a slower advance time for the Thor, even going for a 345 age up, so 445 advance time is what we'd imagine, and it's going through Forseti. No really surprise on the Forseti. I know Frey's been buffed with different things, but I think Forseti is just more or less this kind of standard pick. Also, we did see the double gatherer opening, so you only build 2 gatherers, the rest of them dwarves. I think that's kind of the standard Thor build that we see nowadays. We do see the Prometheans coming out for Shelty, already using those Valors, so he's Valored up here just to scare away the Berserks. We haven't really looked at relics. Maybe there's a relic over here that he wants. Heroes do more damage to myth units, can be very nice. Ranged soldiers have more line of sight and range. Very, very good relic there. It's also, yeah, Shelty's going for this one. We have the gold trickle, very nice relic also. And ranged movement speed, snare, ranged attacks, snare. So that can be very nice, especially for the Terma. The Terma can snare units that makes them even better than they already are. You see Shelty coming down as we expected. So he's gone for 1 of each building, and then getting those Prometheans out. Probably going to get the Promethean upgrade sooner rather than later to get 3 little guys that pop out rather than the 2. You see the food's still finishing up. Big troll special there, but I mean, a Valor can come down at any point to really deal with this troll, and Soup does need to run this one away. There's a tree kind of body blocking it. The healing spring is out, but it was just a little bit too late. Just kind of overstepped there. And that's a big kill for Shelty. Did he also get a villager kill there? It sounded like it was. Oof. So a very nice early game from Shelty. He does lose his Prometheans there, but I mean, got the kind of value that they're after. Don't want to run that hero underneath. Ooh. So Soup's going for 1 Great Hall and then double Longhouse. These wood villagers are a little bit out in the open. Oh, shockwave coming off. Kind of need to delete that Longhouse almost to run past. I mean, he does have a little bit to run past. It was a big shockwave, but the units didn't really get in position. There wasn't even any units, any villagers that managed to die there. So nice defense, but it was kind of unlucky, to be honest, because it was a pretty big shockwave. The units are still here, and I think these wood villagers are going to need to run away. Maybe even Watchtowers is worth it. Yeah, Watchtowers is coming through. Also getting the extra bonus for the Hursa there, where you get the extra favor. I think it gives something else as well, doesn't it? It gives extra attack, so... He wants to get Hursas out, does Soup, because he wants to deal with these Prometheans. And then the more Hursas you get out, the more favor you get, the more trolls you can build. Happy days. Does defend his wood line nicely. And it is something about this map, is you kind of consider it almost defensive in a way. The wood lines are just so far out of the way. You need to defend those well, and the Watchtower is pretty well placed. And he does have a little escape path here that we did see earlier. Also medium infantry coming through, so maybe going for that infantry kind of line instead. Also pre-queuing hand axe, pickaxe, husbandry, all your standard things there. And it looks like Shelty doesn't have any of those archaic age upgrades. Normally not the thing you really go for if you're going for the early aggression, but I think the early aggression has been dealt with, so you've got to move on to what's happening next. None of these other relics got grabbed, which is kind of surprising, especially this one here. The gold trickle rate, you kind of want to get that one as soon as possible. I mean, it's not massive, but I mean, extra gold is always worth it in a Asian mythology game. You see the next attack coming in. See what the Terma come and see. I think the Terma are going to get greeted by some raiding cavalry and maybe run away. The Terma just do so much damage. Half HP the dwarf. I mean, the good thing about the dwarves is if they do get really low, you can send them back to this gold mine, and then the healings bring them back up. Raiding cavalry are chasing them down. We'll eventually get the Terma also. You need to bring the rest of the army with them. There's Mamillo in. We do see Dwarven Breastplate probably going into Berserks then. You would assume that's the extra armor for your Berserks. I mean, 50% is insane. Shelty coming in for another attack. I mean, his army is just much bigger. Soup's got to defend his wood line here. And his Huntables also. Terma gets decent damage in. Terma needs to be microed back, though. Terma are not good if they just sit there attacking. Need to pull those back, otherwise the raiding cavalry will tear them down pretty quickly. Promethean front lines going down to these hearses so quickly also. We can just see that the Termas need to do the hit and run. They really do, otherwise Soup's going to clean this up nicely, even though he didn't have as many units as Shelty did. And it looks like Soup does win that fight. Down population. But the Termas, if the Termas aren't moving, they're just so weak. The advantage of them is they have 5 speed, and their volleys are quite slow. So you can run them away, do a volley that does a huge amount of damage, and then run them away again. And Soup will just chase these down. He's got decent speed with those 4.8 speed hearses, 6 speed raiders. Is scared of the hero Catapulti there, though. Berserks. Medium infantry on the other side. So Soup must have cancelled his medium infantry then. Just deciding to go for more units. Definitely worked out in that space. We see the score difference is absolutely huge. Shelty is hunting down here, just as we said though. Perfect sky passage opportunity down here. Probably needs to get some eco upgrades as well if he's wanting to stay in this classic age. Hall of Thane's not even in, so these units are going to be even faster. Now, what are we going to? 5.3 speed. Terma now doing a bit of micro. Oh, unfortunately, Terma are trying to get those throwing axemen. Throwing axemen juking very nicely. Terma are kind of not doing much. They are nice play though. Trying to get those throwing axemen. nice bit of micro from both players. Terma are looking towards the throwing axemen. Throwing axemen all down, but I think lost the fight overall. We know those throwing axemen were kind of annoying. And we do see the Thor armory upgrades really paying off also. Only gone for the first line of armory upgrades though, so not really going full ham on them. Getting that forward buildings in so we can secure a gold mine. Definitely what you want to do. I mean, you can go for the gold mines here, but they're just quite hard to defend. You can stick a expensive wall down, but then, I mean, the wall just goes down so quick. Here we're then healing up also on this side. Ooh. Computer struggling. But all good. And there's more buildings coming down. It's definitely what you want to do with the Norse. Just keep slapping those buildings down. You'll be absolutely fine. So we do have an even numbers fight again. Soup also getting out his throwing axemen, getting out more medium berserks. Terma are doing well in the back line here, not being touched. Definitely what you want. The raiders are getting taken down pretty quickly by those Mamillo, but the hearses, I mean, there's nothing really to deal with those hearses. It'd be worth just getting just one Cara Ballista sat on the back to take out these hearses. Hearses pushing through very nicely, and it looks like just Soup's just winning every single one of these fights. Whether he's even population or even slightly down, he's just winning every single one with those armory upgrades. And just the better unit comp, really. If there was just, yeah, literally just one or two Cara Ballista there, I mean, it would have done so much damage to these hearses. Oh, and that's it. And Shelty decides that he cannot compete with the Norse army, and Soup gets a pretty quick win. I mean, it was all kind of decided from this fight down here. I think that the Terma just didn't micro properly. If he would have just run them back, it would have been a much better fight. And then, yeah, just each fight after that, armory upgrades, better comp, wins that one. And yes, Soup goes up 1-0. Let's put that one up. Game number 2, Soup taking that first one pretty commandingly. And we are on Erebus, a map you don't really see very often. It's not been in any tournaments to my knowledge, and it's not been in the ranked pool at all. So it's kind of a new map in that respect. So we have Soup in the blue as the Zeus, and then Shelty as the Set, which is considered one of the best gods currently, thanks to those very good spearmen, very fast spearmen. So Erebus, apart from it just being a map that's looks very different because it's the underworld and it's all black and all that kind of thing, it has the shades in it, the Hades shades that do come and attack you. So if you want to take a bit of, I don't know, forward buildings or some kind of map pressure situation, you need to make sure that you can take out these shades. And they actually do quite a lot of damage. 12, but two attacks. It's 6 damage a second. So obviously heroes are going to take them out pretty quickly. I assume they're a myth unit. Yep, they're a myth unit. They're immune to Earthquake, apparently. But that is something that you do have to deal with. So if you're Atlantean, I believe they come and attack your scouts, which could obviously be quite annoying. And if your Catoscopus runs in, I mean, he's just going to get hit once and run away, so he'll be absolutely fine. Looks like Soup is going for the aggressive scout early on, maybe debating if he wants to go for some kind of rush or not. Also scouting the second town centre of Shelty. He does see that he has a somewhat exposed, not even somewhat, an exposed forward gold mine. There is a tower on it, and maybe something he could wall up with some temples or some houses or even just a wall. And we see, from Shelty's perspective, he sent his baboon to go and look for those town centres. There is a town centre on the back. He spotted both of his. Nothing really, he hasn't spotted anything on them. Also spotting Soup's third town centre there. And we'll see. I don't think the town centres are too good. I mean, this one does somewhat secure this gold mine, to be fair. This is quite an easy, after you deal with the shades, it's quite an easy place to wall off. I haven't really seen much of the meta of what players do on these ones, so we're going to see the Catoscopus get attacked by the shades. But it runs away pretty easily. Have a look at some of these relics if they're going to make any difference. So we have hero damage, bonus damage to myth units. So that's nice. If either players are going to go myth unit heavy, there are some set players that like to go Anubites against Greek. So whether we'll see that, then the Greek heroes are just going to be much better. I mean, Greek heroes are much better now than they were anyway, because they're much heavier, so they can just push through all of the barracks units that used to be able to body block your myth units. Do have scarabs, mounted giants, behemoths, colossus all get better crush damage. Kind of a niche one. Houses more hit points. That's okay. Oh, and there's one in the middle as well, which we didn't see. Cavalry, 10% of base. Now that is a pretty nice relic. For the set player, it's going to affect chariots, camels, and elephants. So that's pretty huge, even though set currently likes to go for mostly barracks units. And then obviously for the Zeus, it's just the Hippias, the Prodromus. And it looks like Soup has spotted this one, even taking the damage from those shades. It actually does quite a lot of damage, even to heroes. They don't have a negative multiplier against heroes, so he's taken 30 damage to actually go get this. And he's gone through Hermes also. So he's deciding he wants to play the map. He wants to play what the relics are and get a couple of stables down, you'd assume, to then get that extra 10% bonus hit points. 10% also for cavalry is quite a lot because they do have a decent amount of HP on them. But it looks like it's going for a second town center. This town center, though, is... I mean, it doesn't really give anything. Just going for the back town center. Just going for a safe town center. There can be a shifting sands potential play onto this one. Maybe because he's expecting Shelty to vision the good town center. Maybe that's the reason. But just going for a naked second town center, not going for anything crazy. And we do see the baboon of Set gets taken out instantly by those shades. Centaur having a look. Looks like both players respecting each other, going for back town centers. And the Centaur will get taken out pretty quickly by the Wadjet Pharaoh Priest combo. A little bit of chip damage isn't really going to do much. The Pharaohs can heal that back up. And it looks like the Centaur will be able to escape with his life. Whether he's just going to be scouting around a little bit. And we're looking at a 2 town center apiece game. Town center up for Soup. Goes forward to this forward hunt. That is something that this one doesn't have. It doesn't have forward hunt on it. It looks like it does from the minimap, but these are shades. So that was the reason for this side, is getting the hunt. There's quite a decent amount of hunt in the middle, but you've got to deal with these first. And we do see... Do we get much hunt? So there's no hunt. There's literally nothing for this town center. There's nothing at all. But the part about Set is, I mean, you can just bring the hunt over from anywhere else. It'll be absolutely fine. Looks like one of these villagers needed to force dump, but I mean, it's not going to make much of a difference. We do see that little cheeky wall, as we mentioned earlier, just going up to defend pretty nicely if there's going to be any aggression. But I mean, there's not going to be any aggression for the time being. Centaurs might even go down to this. It's like it's out of the Shades line of sight. But the second he runs past, he's going to get hit again. That's not going to feel good. The Centaur goes down, but it looks like he should be able to juke those out pretty well. I mean, he's 12 HP anyway. Not much he can really do. If he gets another special off, he'll be happy. And we do see hand axe, pickaxe coming in, husbandry coming down this side. Does he have his pickaxe already? Of course he does. He's set. So kind of the eco game going on so far. Shelty also trying to get some more boars. Not going for the 3DB strat of just going a ridiculous amount of priests to get all the boars. Has managed to scare him off. Heracles, Jason. Free Centaur. This villager needs to run because this wasn't big enough to build a gate. Oh, nice body blocks there to just get that. Unfortunately, the Centaur might go down. Oh, yeah. Attempted a bit of micro, but then he just got to the back of the pack. So when the Centaur did his job, he got a free villager kill there. So he'll absolutely take that. We do see Centaurs being built. Stables coming down also. And then probably some villagers praying to then get the fast Centaurs, fast Hippias combo. The only thing is it does play into the Spearmen. But Centaurs are very strong against the Spearmen, so it isn't too bad. These villagers up here, yeah, it's going to be... They have to go straight onto the wood. There's not really much they can do apart from walking all the way over here to the boars. So these guys are probably just going to get enough wood to build farms each, drop all the farms around this town centre, be absolutely fine. And then these ones, it's not so good for the set because, I mean, he doesn't really want excess of wood unless he's going for slingers, which you're not really going to want slingers if your opponent's going for hippias. He doesn't know that yet, but he's about to find out. But still not ideal there. Do you see Nephthys already on the way? So Nephthys, you'd assume that means barracks units. Nephthys upgrades tend to go for that, whereas if you go the other way, then Sekhmet's very good for your chariots. Nice bit of kill on the Wadget. Gets a villager kill, gets a second villager kill, even a third villager kill maybe. Priest and Pharaoh trying to get onto the Centaur. I think misclick slightly, unfortunately. Centaur does live. Heracles lives as well. Nice bit of aggression. You see 7 villagers ahead for the Zeus. For the slightly earlier town centre and a couple of villager kills. You see the priest trying to come in, but I mean the hippies take down the priest so quickly, especially with this buff to all the horses. It just makes the pierce armor buff to all the horses. It just makes the priest not as strong. Nephthys is in. I mean the ancestors, you can ceasefire the last 30 seconds of it. You can ceasefire it straight away if you want. You can ceasefire the last 30 seconds of it. So they only get about 20 seconds of value with that ancestors. Looks like the Pegasus is out. 3 Pegasus is out. Spots the mythical stronghold nice and quickly. Bolt down to make it build even slower. I don't think he'll get here in time to deny it. He can put a decent amount of damage onto it, or even do some good damage to these villagers. Does have 5 seconds here. Nephthys ancestors is forced. And the ceasefire comes out straight away, and we'll just regroup. Means that the ancestors can't do any damage. He's forced ancestors out where probably Shelty would have preferred to use it in a better way. Just needs to make sure that he defends wherever the minions are going to be. The minions, base minions, are much better in this last patch against what they were. It used to be Ancestors Eclipse was probably much better than the minions on their own, but now the minions are decent. We can see that Soup wasn't expecting that amount of damage to come through. Does lose 1 villager, potentially a second. Nice bit of micro to get them through. So looks like he lost a second one there. Maybe 2 villagers lost for the ancestors. Not ideal, but I mean it could have been a lot worse. You see how he just turned around and shanked. He would have just had his upgrade to get the stronger villagers. It wouldn't have done nearly as much damage. Still seeing almost just budget Poseidon, basically, going in with the centaurs. Going in with the hippias. A couple of scorpion men out. Have got to be scared of those. Straight away, heroes coming in to deal with that. We are seeing the chariot archers. Chariot archers in a ball where the centaur special will do a decent amount of damage, but they've already used it. Heracles getting targeted down by the chariot archers, and I think this is a good fight for Shelty here, because the heroes are down, so his scorpion men are just going to go to town. Jason and Heracles queued up instantly. Looks like Soup's been on the forward gold mines, probably going to have to run away from that, but there are some gold mines on the wings, as it were. Scorpion men, you've got to be scared about those. I mean, the centaurs deal with them pretty decently, to be honest, with their 3 times multiplier. But you've got to be careful with the priest. I mean, one good thing about Nephthys is they do have she does have the priest upgrades to do even more damage to centaurs. But this isn't a good fight for Soup. He's kind of doing it because he wants to take down those scorpion men with those heroes, and then we'll probably back off. Heracles will be able to take down both scorpion men, but loses all other units for it, so does have to back off. Centaurs waiting in the back nicely. Has pre-queued Dionysus, but it's going to struggle to get gold if he spends all his resources on Dionysus right now. But deciding to go for it anyway. Toxotes coming in, but they just die instantly. The new ones will come in the archery range. Shelty does move down to this gold mine also. Will have a vision shifting sands if he wants to get on to the next one. And these centaurs do need to run back. Oh, what makes centaurs so strong is their special. When they sit there and just do their normal attacks, they're just so squishy. And we move back. Yo. Mr. God of the DoD clan. Coming in. And we are seeing Shelty from your clan, actually. And he's playing this game pretty well. Do you see Soup trying to come back with his Dionysus, though? Got to cheer Shelty on. That's it. Got to cheer on your boys. Both players in this game went for very similar strats. Naked second town centers. Soup forced their ancestors, but then since then it's been all Shelty. Looks like he's going for Chariot Archer, Siege Tower, Spearman combo. Probably pretty good against, I mean, pretty much all he's seen so far is the Hippias, a couple of archery ranges, and the Centaurs. Soup's going to have to push back with some kind of bronze push, but I mean, Shelty can just Shifting Sands away, be absolutely fine, or use that Shifting Sands aggressively if he can find these with a vision or something like that. Even Pharaoh coming forward for a bit of extra damage on those Centaurs. You gotta love it. What are we? How many? Six heroes out. More than enough to deal with the Centaurs. Odysseus is in. Do you see the vision coming down? Shifting Sands is a potential this side. Soup does not have enough favor for a second ceasefire. He has 8 on favor. Maybe that's what he's looking for to save up for it. But we will see. There is a wall that can easily be made into a gate. And the issue is with raiding with these chariots is that the Hippias are just so fast and they're really going to struggle on their own. You need to send a couple of spearmen with them to deal with those Hippias. So that was a nice defense. But I mean, just overwhelming numbers for Shelty. He just needs to get all his army in the one place and just push somewhere. If you've got the advantage in your population, you just got to do that. So he does have some upgrades as well. Looks like Soup doesn't have any armory upgrades, so even Shelty's army is just looking so much better. See the 4 siege towers coming forward. Migdal stronghold in the face. Gold mines pretty well secured. He's just got to hit the go button now. Maybe the bronze will come in, then you've just got to leave it and then come back later on. Just, yeah, bait out the Centaur special. He's going to lose one of these, but now the Centaur special's down, you've just got to fight it. All of those priests need to go on the Hydra, be absolutely fine. We probably will see a bronze coming down. Chariots, again, very similar to the Terma for the last game. You've got to micro those chariots back so the Peltas Centaur don't hit them. There's no reason for them to sit like this. They don't need to be taking any damage right now, but the Spearman frontline is doing well anyway. Deciding to fight the bronze army. Migdal Stronghold will do a bit of damage, and he actually does manage to force back Soup's bronzed army, and that just shows how many units he actually had. I think the chariot shouldn't have sat there, though. You need to bring those back. No reason to take any damage on those chariots, but still plays that well. Got the 4 priests, heal everything back up to 190 pop, which he's pretty much at, and you just go. Can also send a couple of units down here. He did vision it, so it does know it's here. Deciding to split up the army again. Soup's sniffing that one out. And we'll get a couple of nice villager kills before he's just forced to run away. And the spearmen are going to come and chase. Yeah, the spearmen dealing with some rogue Hippias there. Yeah, I just don't want to lose the chariots for free. Yeah, you wouldn't expect him to win in that bronze fight, but does manage to. I mean, it was kind of beneficial for Soup that he forced out the bronze early rather than having to force out the bronze or force back Shelty with that bronze, sorry, where it meant that Shelty's attack was a little bit delayed. And now it looks like there's a pretty even fight, and it is a nice choke point for Shelty here, but the amount of centaurs here. Need to get the priests in the front. They're not actually in range to deal with those centaurs. Looks like centaurs are going to back up and then also come back. Peltas, there's a decent amount of Peltas here. Very even fight. Siege Tower's tanking a lot of archer damage though. And it looks like the front line for both players is pretty much gone. Decent amount of Hippias left for Soup though. And now we're trading equally. I think Shelty is very concentrated on these raids, rather than just going, just forcing a fight somewhere when he was up population. Looks like he's going down here though, trying to deny this. This is a nice play. Chariots should be able to take out all of these villagers, and Soup's army is out of position to deal with this. And I think this is what Shelty's been looking for with all his chariots, also going through Horus while this is happening. And starting the Migdal stronghold up. Needs to bring his spearmen down, though. Spearmen are lagging behind slightly. Looks like the Migdal won't go up either. If the Hippias or the other guys come forward, we are going to have a bit of a tornado situation, though. So if Soup finds his army all stacked up, that tornado is going to do so much damage. The spearmen are coming in, but it's just too many archers to deal with it. All the armies split up. And the Migdal stronghold will get denied. Settlement potentially going to go up. Hippie is trying to run around the back, but the spearmen should be able to intercept pretty nicely. Do see Horus in. Only one monument, though, so no big Avenger play or huge upgrades for your spearmen. Hippie is back here. Villagers unfortunately going to run into those. There's no way of knowing that they were there, so that's just unfortunate there. Hydra in. We do still see 5 priests. We have the Avenger. He does a lot of damage to myth units also. But, I mean, the Centaurs, Odysseus will take this guy down. He's like one spin, and down he goes. And we see the tornado somewhere. We see the tornado into the main base, trying to just take out houses. Take out... Do any damage to farms? No. Should take out the town centre, though, potentially. Or not quite. Doesn't manage to get it onto that town center, but it is winning this fight down here with this siege tower front line. Just means you got to micro so much when this siege tower front line's here. And it looks like Shelty is managing to win this fight. Still, Migdal stronghold didn't go up here. I think it's just because there were so many Hippias that weren't in this fight. And Shelty's pushing this one down nicely. He now has 4 siege towers to push into Soup's main base. Just needs to clear up everything first. Also getting some catapults out. Doesn't manage to take down the town center, but I mean, he can just walk in now. Be absolutely fine. Oh, cheap views. You gotta love it. How do I get rid of that? Oh, well, we'll figure that out later. Not a big deal. Nobody click that link. We're moving in. Shelty with his 205 population. Siege towers trying. Still got the priest ready. Take out the Hydra. Catapult. Got a nice little natural barrier here. So House's temple going to go down. Chariots should be able to take out these Toxotes pretty nicely. Still doesn't have any armory upgrades. Just couldn't afford them. Whereas Shelty's got some nice ones. Now it looks like he might be able to push into this main base. And push Soup to another game. I don't know what the production's like, though. It does have three Migdals, but they're all quite far back. Only has 3 barracks also. Probably just needs to slap down so many more buildings if he wants to continue this push. But Soup really struggling for population. Deciding to go through Hera, to get up a nice lightning storm just to stop this. I assume it's in one of these side town centers. Yeah, the top town center. So Shelty won't be able to get up there soon, but it's like a last-ditch effort lightning storm. Catapults to be able to take this one down pretty quickly. Villagers really trying. Peltas also trying to deal with the champion chariots. Odysseus going down. Gold mine finished up on this side also. And he got 1,000 left in this gold mine, and then there's not much gold for Soup to really go for. I mean, he's going to have to go for this one. Which is going to be a bit of a struggle. We'll see how much his lightning storm can do, though. Catapults. They are being taken down, but I mean, they've done their job, basically. We just see so many units sat in the queue. And they'll pop out pretty much instantly. Could even get another Migdal stronghold up here to secure this gold mine. You'll be fine. Make sure to wall up this side. Do see Soup going for a bit of a side attack, but you can't do that against Egyptians unless your walls up. Mercenary cavalry, take that down instantly. And yeah, Shelty's just winning each one of these fights. It's all going to come down to if he can repopulate after the lightning storm. See how strong the economy is, really. He's got pretty good upgrades. Got full villagers, pretty good upgrades. I mean, he should be fine. It's not like Soup can do much after this lightning storm. It's going to just drop it down straight away. Looks like Shelty's just going to accept that the lightning storm's here. Rebuild. Now this is Soup's chance to get the town center up. Looks like just one volley of chariot archer. It doesn't even take out all the chariots either. It's going to be very hard to come back from this one. So many villagers are looking for that gold mine. There was a gold mine here, but it got mined out completely earlier, taking down that fortress. This is the one. Soup's going for it. He has to go for it. I mean, he's going to figure out that there is something there, but you got to try in these situations. Try and sneak it. Medusa. There you go. Takes down a spearman. And I think we're going to... Shelty's going to notice this, yeah. And all she wrote for that one. Very well played by Shelty during this one. Oh, we get the ceasefire. Just in case. Oh, there's notes there. It's a good play. Ceasefire, you get 30 seconds of gold income to do something with. I thought it was the ceasefire resign. It's a favorite combo of mine. We get the ceasefire to get the gold back. Can't even get the gold to get this town center up, though. It's going to be very, very difficult. But you got to try something. He got, what, 500-600 gold in that? Getting a Medusa out, getting the Toxotes out, getting a Hydra. Hydras, you got to go for some myth units when you're down gold. And Medusas and Hydras are a good shout. He's managing to take out that catapult, but all these villagers go down. Not enough time to start a trade. Wood villagers having a look just to see if there's any cheeky gold on this map, but there isn't. So Shelty does win that one. I mean, it was when he won that bronze fight, you could see that he was in a pretty good spot. I think the raids up here didn't work out, but then he went for a raid down here that worked out great. So, I mean, it's just got to keep trying till it works out. And there we go, 1-1. Hey, game number 3, 1-1. So we've got Soup in the blue as the Odin on Marsh, and we've got DOD Shelty bringing the game or the series back 1-1. He is now playing the Loki in the red. And I was just looking up Shelty just before this, and he is a Loki main. So we will see how this matchup goes. I have no idea kind of who wins this matchup as just a normal Odin versus Loki. Just because there's been so many nerfs and buffs. Who knows? I know that Odin's in a very strong spot right now. His berserks are pretty good with their extra speed now, with the Hamask upgrade, and we do see a bit of a weird spawn this side. So Marsh can be quite open sometimes, and other times it's closed. And we see this one; it's just completely closed off this side, and then this side is completely open. So it's a bit of a wild one. Obviously, there's so much hunt on this map, which makes it great for Odin. It's normally a great Odin pick. We'll see what some of these guys can see. So we're just going to go scout the middle. I mean, that's one of the best things to do. You can if you can secure the middle, you just get so much hunt. A lot of the gold mines are in the middle, so there are some on the sides also, but looks like there's only 2 in the middle. And we do see, let's have a look at some of these. If they make a difference. Soup's already gone for some of these to see if they make a big difference to the game plan. So we've got villagers gather farms faster. Probably not something that's going to matter in this game. Apparently when you click on them, they make a noise. Okay, there you go. Didn't know that. Unit line of sight up. That's good for me. Villagers are cheaper. That's all right if you're going like 2 town centers or something. We do have the wall regen. Not really something that's going to happen very much. House hit points. 9 cauldrons. What's this? Fortress type buildings give less vulnerability to hack and pierce armor. So I mean, the only thing that's gonna be Huskulls, and I don't think you build Huskulls in a Norse matchup. They're good against throwing axemen. Well, not good against throwing axemen. They probably trade equally with throwing axemen, but I don't see why you'd build them apart from that against Goaties. Maybe. I'm not expecting to see any throwing axemen. Let's just put it that way. Let's see what kind of builds they're going for. Whether they go for any of the like early pickaxe, early hand axe, whatever. It looks like Soup has not gone for those. If we go for Shelty's perspective, he hasn't gone for those either. I wasn't expecting it, but sometimes someone comes out with a bit of a janky build. Normally in the Norse matchup, it's often comes down to some kind of classical fight. So you kind of want to advance quickly, put on a bit of pressure. But then also you could just sit back and get those economic upgrades and wait, have defenders advantage in that sort of situation. So you could just play the matchup completely differently. But if these guys are the Norse mains, they know what's up. Shelty's got enough food to advance, so he's probably going up now. So that's the 315. I mean, a few seconds delayed because he was choosing his god, but he does decide to go through Heimdall, which I was not expecting. I thought it was a 4-seti, definitely. Soup goes in with what I was expecting him to go for, which is Freya. I just wasn't expecting the Heimdall at all. I mean, Heimdall, if you can get a vision on the buildings that are going up early for Soup, then you can use that undermine and it takes those buildings out. If you can pair that with some kind of quick aggression, then it can be pretty good. Puts the Odin on the back foot, or saving it for some kind of strong push. Obviously, the Einherjes in the fight can really sway the fight. They do a lot, but they're quite slow. It's hard to have them in the army. Looks like Soup's going for the HUSKSUPPE relic. See if he makes the most of that. I mean, it's only HUSKSUPPEs, isn't it? I don't know what else it would really do. Does it do the siege also? Does it make the siege weapons better? Unfortunately, the Raven does get picked off. Longhouse going up. Einherje in. I mean, the other benefits of going for Heimdall, so he's going 3 Longhouses versus double Great Hall, so very different. So the benefit of going Heimdall is you also get some of these other upgrades. You get Rigsthula, which everything trains faster, but you need 20 favor for that. Obviously, the favor can come in very, very quickly if you go for those water buffaloes. It's like he's going for the hippos on the top, water buffalo on the bottom. Soup's also saved his Great Hunt. Absolutely fine thing to do on a map like this where there's just so much of it. And it looks like he's going for Herdman. So Soup, Shelty knows what Soup's going for. So there is a bit of a forest fire to scare them away from that hippo, but not really a big deal. So the hearses are in to deal with the Valkyrie also, so just had to move over to the berry bushes for a second. So not too much damage gone on initially, but I mean, this just makes the hippos so much more raidable. It would be even worth just dragging one of these villagers back slightly so that the hippo can go in a better spot, but it looks like he didn't go for that one. I mean, it wouldn't make a huge difference, but it's just an idea. We do see the herdman. So Shelty on the defensive, getting those herdmen out, expecting the raiding cavalry. I don't know if he's seen it. We move over to his perspective. He hasn't actually seen the Great Halls. He's going to go see them now, and he sees them now, so he knows that he is doing the right kind of call. Berserk's going to go down, but he knows now that there is raiding cavalry, at least one Great Hall down. So that Einherje should win versus the Valkyrie, right? No, don't think so. Hearses definitely win against the Valkyrie, and that's why they run away there. Shelty hunting outside his base, whereas Soup doesn't need to yet because of his Great Hunt, so he's absolutely fine to hunt that for ages. And it looks like Soup's going to go start taking down a lot of these water buffaloes just to get even more favor. So it looks like Shelty does have the favor for his Rigsthula, not going for it. I think it costs gold, I believe, also. So even going for his own water buffaloes. The herdman, see what they can see. Herdman having a look around. Throwing Axeman already out to deal with the herdman. You love to see it. And they should do decently in this fight against the raiders, but everything else is going to be pretty scary. Gatherers can also come and shank, so that the herdmen kind of have to stay and fight. It looks like the herdmen are also dealing decently against those hearses. Not something you'd expect. I mean, they have so much hack armor. Maybe they're just the unit, maybe. So nice play from Shelty there. Raiders are coming in to stop them. I guess the throwing out some damage is going to be a bit scary, but he can turn around and fight this when he's got his whole set of army here. He should be able to. And you'd expect the herdman to win this fight pretty quickly. Soup knows that. Backs off. Tried to get maybe Einherje special so we could chase those down with the herdman. Doesn't get it, so runs back. House over here going to go down. Absolutely fine. Pretty even trade. I mean, just these herdmen, they must be decent in this Norse matchup, apart from against the throwing axemen, obviously. Medium infantry for both sides. No armory upgrades coming in yet. No extra hack armor. something that's obviously very good against Norse. If you're playing Norse or if you're playing another Civ, getting those hack armor upgrades can be pretty good. Do you see also? Do you see from Soup's side? He is getting that Disablock tech, so he wants his Valkyries, and he wants them now. Valkyries, so strong in the or myth units in general in the Norse classical mirror are very, very strong. More Einherjes, more Trolls, more Valkyries, whichever one you've kind of got is just good to go for. Unfortunately, he uses his Hornblow early. I guess he doesn't have it on. He has it on auto cast. I said this in different casts also, but some of them you don't want on auto cast, and this is one of them because you want that right now. You want to be able to have more damage. You want to be able to chase down these throwing axemen, and it looks like he is going to use the Hornblow now, so he does get it during the fight, but it would have been much better earlier. Soup has to stay and fight this. He has so many throwing axemen, and throwing axemen, as we said before the game started, they are just the bread and butter of the DPS for your Norse army. You need a decent amount of those. They counter pretty much everything that's not a horse, and Soup showing that one. The score difference is absolutely massive from that fight. Literally just the kill-death ratio, basically. So, don't know whether Soup converted some of his gatherers there. But I know there was a couple of gatherer kills earlier, but he's behind on gatherers, so I think there must have been a couple of the gatherers converted into berserks to win that fight, which is pretty huge. So Soup needs to make the most. Yeah, nice bit of micro. Needs to make the most of those. Throwing axemen against throwing axemen army would be good to get the cavalry in the mix, but it looks like berserks, herdmen, throwing axemen, full infantry against the Valkyries. The Valkyries are going to do so well in this fight with no hearses about. Looks like Soup's going to take this fight pretty convincingly, and Shelty says he doesn't even want to continue the fight. He knows that he's done. And yeah, I mean, it was just the throwing axeman ball. Also, that change of a couple of berserks, also absolutely huge. And the Valkyries. Once those Valkyries are in, if there's no heroes about, it's just GG. And we move on to the fourth game. Game 4, we have Shelty as the Hades on Ghost Lake. He's looking 2-1 down currently, so needs to pull something out of the bag in this one gold mine, Ghost Lake spawn, which I said just beforehand, I think that's probably better for the Hades, just because he can go for that build, which gets him the Vaults of Erebus nice and early if he wants to. It looks like he's not going for that build though, but even so, he can get Vaults of Erebus, and that means that it's fine for him that he only has one gold mine, whereas the 2 gold mine spawn, if it would have happened, was probably better for Soup, just because Fuji can play so defensive. If he gets to the heroic age, gets that Gomang and Forest Protection, all that jazz. We do have Ghost Lake. Ghost Lake's normally known for its more raiding heavy kind of play style. Lots of goats in the middle. I mean, both players have decent scouting options with the Pioneer and the Catacopus. No one really wins that one straight up. Do have Shelty not going for the early Vaults of Erebus, and that tells me that he wants a second town center at 4 minutes into the game. That's what I would expect. That's probably the only reason that you really don't go for Vaults of Erebus as Hades. It means that you could get a 4-minute advance time, or even quicker, and then get probably 4 minutes if you're going for a second town center. That guy got a bit confused. He thought about dropping off his resources, but then didn't. I mean, this town center is probably a very good town center as far as Ghost Lake standards go. You get the caribou behind you. You get the gold mine, which you can just have a wall here, and you can absolutely be living large and be absolutely fine. Whereas for Soup, his town centers, this one, again, the gold mine, doesn't have the nice wood line to kind of defend it, but still, he has the gold mine. He has the caribou behind. He has the caribou not so far in front. So it looks like there is potential for some decent second town centers on this map. So we might be seeing it. This gold mine, or this town center, though, does secure a bit more gold mines. There's quite a few gold mines here. What have we got? We've got 1 in the base, 2, 3, 4, 5. So is that 10 total? That's pretty crazy. Sometimes there's literally like 4 gold mines. But we'll see what these guys are doing. Obviously, Soup going for his getting his Quafu out. They're going for Genu rather than going for the other way. I think maybe she's become the more popular ever since those chillin' fire breathers got buffed. I think she's become the kind of standard pick. You get the vanish and run away from some kind of normally it's like a get out jail free kind of situation, and definitely that's a second town center if I've ever seen one. And then Shelty going for a later advanced time than I was expecting. Looks like he's going for a 315, and then yeah, 315, not going for Volts Variable straight away. So maybe 15 seconds later than I thought, but still, I mean, it's still getting a town center up quicker than if you went for Volts Variable. But that is what it is. We do see Athena coming through, but has got a decent amount on the food still, so the town center might be slightly delayed. But we will see. Soup's going to have a look around. I don't think we looked at the relics, did we? Herdman and Hoplites, more attack. That one's nice. Villager farms faster. That can be good for a map like this where there's not so much food, even though it looks like Shelty won that goat battle. What have we got? 14 goats? Oh, against 13. There's just that many. Soup. Actually going for a bit of a rush instead. Going for Pioneer Rush instead of the town center. Maybe the town center will come a bit later. But the villagers are here also. We see Soup's perspective. So if he spots those villagers coming, there's going to be so many pioneers coming into this position. It's going to be a bit scary for Shelty. We're going to see that big chillin' special also. It's going to be very difficult to get this town center up. Looks like the Ajax is doing well. These villagers, it's going to be very, very scary. Oh, the villagers getting a little bit confused. Chillin' special going to happen very, very soon. And Soup is at least slowing this one down considerably. Still got 44 seconds left on it. Ajax trying. Minotaur coming over. Achilles is on the way. Sometimes, while you want to get the Achilles out first, it means you do delay the town center slightly. But, yeah, the Pioneers are doing so much damage to these Minotaurs. And I think the town center, it has the potential to go up, but it's just going to be so delayed if it actually does go up. Looks like Achilles is in, but we've got 4 Pioneers. The villagers having to turn around and shank, even Restoration being forced, and that will force Soup away, at least for the Restoration timing, and it will force Soup away. But I mean, what did he get? He got a couple of villager kills, villagers not working, the town center very much delayed, Najjar coming out as well. Looks like Chillin does need to run away, but the heroes of the Chinese, you'd think wins this fight, but apparently not. Looks like the Hades ones are just too strong, so maybe overstepping a little bit. Does get Ajax. Maybe now. Bit of micro. Hades should go down. And we do see the Quafus getting in the town center for Soup. Ajax getting a bit of value. Or Achilles getting a bit of value, sorry. Won't be able to put a stop to this one. So the Shelty town center does go up earlier, but does lose some villagers to get that one up. Lots of idle time, so definitely in Soup's advantage currently. But nothing crazy. Does manage to get it up. The Restoration Force was probably the biggest deal there, to be honest. We do see the hand axe already in. We have the villagers being cheaper, which is going to be absolutely huge for Soup's 2 town center play. Wall is coming up. Safe hunt, absolutely fine. And Soup did decide to do this side, which gives him access to the 2 gold mines. Still gives him some hunt this side, which is can be defended. Bringing just a couple of units over here will be absolutely fine. So Soup is going to have a look around. See what Shelty's up to. And Shelty going for Bolts of Erebus now. I think just a bit delayed on that. I mean, so he advanced 15 seconds quicker to be able to get the second town center up, But you see how much of a ball ache it was. If he would have gone 430 with the Vaults of Erebus start, and then got his Achilles out, and then went for this town center, he'd be in a much better spot right now, rather than getting it. Well, I think normally it's up at like 3 minutes, so it's like 4 minutes something delayed. So loses out on so many resources. Like 400 or 500 resources losing out on there. Actually, it shows how ridiculous Vaults of Erebus is, but alas, we do see archery rangers coming up to defend. So we're on to the next part of the game. Looks like Soup is getting his Quafus out. Looks like he's not auto-queuing them, so he doesn't want just constant Quafu production, unless he's just going to see when he's got 17 favor, then get another one. Always a good option, but it looks like he is going for that third town center, as this town center is pretty good. Nice little hoplite raid, though. Is going to do some good damage to these peasants. Peasants turning around, trying to shank. Loses 2 of them. Loses 3. So Shelty getting the aggression back. Definitely making up for that early game. A nice little raid. One hoplite might have to get sacrificed to Narjar. He. Just a bit too quick. Oh. Looks like this one's running into formation. Should be able to get away. And the hoplite raids are going to continue. It's got quite a few hoplites actually. Soup barely has any units out because he's going for the 3 town centers into Gomang. So if Shelty wants to put some aggression on, this is when he needs to do it. There are places to put some aggression. He's obviously got this side, which he's already seen. He's got this hunt, this side. Even just going for the units. But it looks like Shelty must know, or just assume, that Soup's going for these villagers here. Going for these huntables. And the hoplite is going to get some good value. Ah, big vanish. Big vanish there. Vanish is down, but does manage to force that one out and should be able to win this fight over here. Just Shelty needs to be able to do something with this army, so that, because if Soup gets to the heroic age for free, he can start to build out his units and be absolutely fine. It does look like Shelty knows that. He's going to go for the temple. Maybe get rid of this watchtower also. Get a bit of damage done. Not Zeus hoplites even, but they do a decent amount of damage here to these buildings. Getting the Toxotes out on this side. Can even steal these. He does have Ajax. Could steal a good one. Relative movement speed. That's a good one to steal. Decides not to. So fire archers for Soup are the defensive choice. Probably a good choice. Managing to hunt on the top side, but we do see the Shelty hoplites are there, attacking both sides. Vanish is down, so these 3 villagers look like they are going to go down, but Soup is on 3 town centers, so Shelty does need to get some aggression. Really quick bit of reaction time there, but they are only peasants, so they go down very quickly. Does manage to get 2 and force a bit of idle time on the Quafu. Do see Gomang coming through. Tao Wu being trained. Very strong with units. The Tao Wu front line for the fire archer combo. That's what it looks like what he's going for. Looks like Shelty doesn't know about that. Doesn't know that they are being mined and gathered from up there, but Soup's already changed over to the wood line, knowing that the hoplites are over here. Doesn't want to get hit on the gold mine and lose some of his Quafus. Expensive units. Looks like Shelty is going over again. Going for a little raid. Just get the 1. Let's get the 1 gold miner. Also going for this side. All the while also attacking down this side. We'll be able to get a decent amount of villager kills. I think all of these should go down, which he absolutely needs to come back into this game. Absolutely huge play. Taowu special coming in. The heavy fire archers are very scary at this point. Needs to come back. Needs to get, third age. Get those peltasts out and he'll be absolutely fine. The hoplite raids are doing wonders. Does he have the Athena upgrades? No, he doesn't. Looks like hoplites might get a bit of value around here as well. Also, third town center being grabbed. 10 villagers behind. But he has killed a decent amount of Soup villagers that he's obviously invested resources into. Only a couple of archers back to defend. The units are turning around. They don't have their upgrade to make them tankier, so the hoplite is just going to get so much value, almost equaling the population while also getting his third town center. Shelty's getting back into this game very nicely. Nemean Lion going to get a nice stun off onto these. Well, it looks like he's going to hit the go button in a minute. Should get some Peltas out, though. Looks like going for second Nemean Lion. Got his Achilles out. Chiron on the way to deal with the Tawus. Massive curse, actually. Tawu special is knocking everything away. And it is going to force Soup back. Does lose his Tawu. The siege crossbows also. Shelty with a nice push. Or just forcing Soup to be on resources that he doesn't really want to be on. And this is how you got to use this guy. You've got to use a special. Ah, nice stun to get rid of it, though. I'm not sure if that was on manual cast. I think seeing this game, they both had them on auto cast, unless it's just a spectator mess up. But really nice play no matter what. We do see Forest Protection. Now Forest Protection's in. Range Siege is going to be an option. Get a fortress down. Slap a fortress down on this gold mine, maybe. Then get some Petrobolos. Do a decent amount of damage there. I do see the hoplites coming over here. It's like 3 fire archers. The hoplites should be able to take those down. They are low HP, but still. Deciding just to run away, though. Town center. 3 town centers apiece. Equal villager population. Equal game. Got only 7 Peltas against pure archers. Just needs to spam those bad boys out. But, I mean, Soup's got no front line at all, except for Najar. Massive stun. Almost like just a mini shockwave. Peltas, you don't even need to micro the Peltas now. You just need to just let them attack. Looks like Shelty's microing them anyway. I mean, that's what these top guys do. Crossbows are a good idea, especially if it's pure archers, because, I mean, these will just tank for days. 90% pierce armor. Peltas still getting the hoplites out. Probably, if he's getting hoplites, he's gone through Athena. He should get the Aegis shield upgrade to just make them a little bit better against those pierce armor units. Yeah, a bit of farming on the back. Also get that wolf if he wants to. It's like Shelty's got so many more units. He's got fortified town centers, and he needs to just go. Just needs to know that he's ahead. It's hard to do. It looks like he does know. He's got to be careful at forest protection. Nice bit of micro. Peltas on those fire archers. Fire archers going down pretty quickly. The hoplites are trying to get in to deal with those siege crossbows. Nice bit of micro from Soup also. And then we do see the forest protection coming in. That's why the ranged siege is a must, just to get rid of that town center. Because, I mean, Shelty had so many more units then, but just couldn't capitalize on it. Looks like he's going to fortress up on this side to siege down this side. Also, the other option is forest protection's been used, go somewhere else. Absolutely fine thing to do. The only issue is there are gold mines this side that Shelty does want to take away from Soup later on in the game. Looks like White Horse Cavalry are coming, which hoplites are going to deal with pretty well. Soup does know about the fortress. It's attacking his silo there. But another forward gold mine secured by Shelty. Decent amount of military buildings coming up. Saving this one for a rainy day, which is kind of what you do want to do. But this one's being finished up. Do you ever slap a fortress down here? I don't know. It's quite greedy, but all the units for Soup coming over here. And does Shelty sniff this one out? He does have his Chiron sat in a very good scouting position. Once he sees all those units, does he just run down this way, or does he come and defend? I mean, Chiron's going to go down instantly, but what do you do? He's seen it. Looks like he just backs up. The thing is, he doesn't have the pushing power to really go over here. There's still no siege. Artemis on the way is going to be the counter to this town center right here, having this forest protection on it. And Soup, fire archers should be able to take down fortresses if they're all attacking. They're all not, though. Siege crossbows as well. Should be the end of the fortress. Nice bit of raiding there. Those horses. Full population of villagers though, so not doing too much, but nice bit of value anyway. Fortress going down. Prodromus in. Prodromus don't deal extra damage to siege in this game, but they're obviously out to deal with the White Horse Cavalry anyway. You see basically full White Horse Cavalry for Soup. And we see Soup has so many resources in the bank, but he can't get to the Mythic Age just because these White Horse Cavalry cost so much gold. You just used to stop building them for a hot second, which he thought about, and then queued 7 up, and then still nowhere near. They cost like 70, 85 gold. It's just an absurd amount of gold. Nice Peltas micro to get onto the Fire Archers, but I mean the White Horse Cavalry are cleaning up those Peltas very quickly. But Artemis is coming. And just building these units, Soup's going to run out of gold so quick. So it looks like he is going for the Ox Caravans already. Soup just has so many more units in this fight. The Peltas are attempting to take down the Fire Archers. Earthquake is in whenever he wants to use it. Or some of these upgrades coming in. Hero train time. And Soup is going on the aggression now. More Taoos. More archers. He's found his comp. If he spots these villagers. Villagers pulled off slightly too late. I think all these villagers are going to go down. It's absolutely massive raid. At least most of them. Shelty is trying to push back. He's getting his hoplites, getting his Toxotes out. I mean, it's probably if he gets those Athena upgrades, which he doesn't have yet, but it'd be such a big bonus. It makes them so much better against the archers, or at least they can tank for a bit longer. Chimera, definitely a good shout. I mean, we do have the extra heroes, especially the Mythic Age heroes coming through, but the Fuji is very scary. Earthquake is in on this fortified town center, though should be able to take it out if he used it in the middle, but I don't think he did. I think he used it here. So the town center is probably going to survive. We are seeing, and it does. You need to, whatever you want to use it on, you need to use it in the middle. The middle with the Earthquake does so much more damage than anything that ripples out of it. And I don't know if it would take out a fortified town center with masons and forest protection on it, but that would need to be tested, I guess. But if you do it in the middle, it has the best chance. Oh, trying to ram those down. You see that Soup's left that side alone. Would be worth getting another fortress on it. I mean, Soup's just got so many resources in the bank. See if he can just slap down fortress everywhere. Perseus, unfortunately, not going after the Taowu like he would want to. Baolei is coming down to secure it. Could even Baolei this side if he really wants to. It looks like Shelty does have... I mean, he's got a decent amount of favor in the bank, so he can get out whatever he wants. He's deciding to go for Chimeras. As long as there's no heroes there to deal with them, and not many, you can kite the heroes. You need to get a decent amount of them, though. I just think one at a time, they don't do much. If you can get at least 2 at once with the upgrade, which he can afford now, if he wants to go for the 2 Chimera plus the upgrade, you can send them on raids to get, like, basically delete a gold mine, or you can just do them on a ball of archers like that. It'd be very, very scary. Like, Soup is going for this town center, and Shelty's deciding to push Soup off this gold mine, so they're kind of swapping areas here. But Gong Gong is in, and it is where it gets a little bit scary. We do see Great Flood normally used on units now, but we will see what Soup decides to do. Does take down the town center pretty nicely. Can bring a couple of Quafus over if he wants to. But while this is happening, Shelty is getting rid of the Baoleis. Second Baolei coming up for Soup. These Quafu just build so quick. What can he even do? He's got enough resources to sell a bit of food, build another one. Also getting all the upgrades under the sun, making this cavalry even stronger. Better trade as well. And looks like Soup's just going for the main base. And then if any units are here to come and stop him, Great Flood into the back line, and the back line plus Najar flaming floor just does a ridiculous amount of damage. Watchtower's in, but they just go down instantly. Looks like Shelty is still pushing this side. Soup is coming in well, though. Yeah, all the upgrades. Just one hero abilities. Ability recharge time. It's looking pretty scary for Shelty right now. He's got to pull something out of the bag. I think it's got to be some myth units or something along those lines. He's trying to go this side. It's the full siege comp. And looks like Shelty doesn't want to play it out. And Soup does take the win there. And does take the series. 3-1. What's the score? You've just in time to see that was 3-1. So that was Soup winning this one. I think this one, if Shelty could have got out the fortress here and got a siege down on this, I think that would have helped his push. He did have more units here, but then the forest protection it's just too strong. Or just swap the sides. He was doing really well with the raids on this side. I think if he would have just kept that going, yeah. Unfortunately, just missed the series, but yeah, really well played by Soup there. Does manage to take it. Oh, do you see? It was pretty much even the whole game, and he gets 3-1 win.